Well, the thing about this too is that as we go into appeals, we'll talk a little bit about the attorneys in a minute here. But as we go into appeals, the reason we're even going into an appeal, is because our judge, Judge Mueller, actually did something that was highly irregular, to say the least, in giving us the 3-judge court that we had asked for, and she's required to give us. She gave it to us, and then she took it back. You want to elaborate on that? Because that had never been done before.
She asked for a do-over. You know, literally, in United States constitutional law, whenever you're bringing a voter dilution or a lack of representation case, and in the Citizens United case, it says very clearly you have a vested interest to maintain the value of your vote. The value of your vote is the most important thing in this nation. If your vote means nothing, you mean nothing. Your country means nothing. So we're suing the state of California because our vote has no value.
For all Californians.
For all Californians. So that's what I'm saying. We're suing the state. We, the people, are suing the state of California because our vote has no value. The legislature said to the people, we are no longer going to expand so that you have adequate representation. They said that back in 1872 when we had 400,000 people. 39.5 million people later, 2 branches of government, the executive and the judicial, have been allowed to grow like weeds, uncontrollable weeds, blowing money like a drunken sailor, doing unconstitutional stuff left and right. And yet the people's house of government has not been allowed to grow in 150 years, not even by one person.
Yeah, it's an amazing thing to think about, that we still have 80 assemblymen and we still have 40 senators, and that was capped virtually in 1862.
39.5 million
people later, that's still what we have. However, at that time we had 50 judges.
Right.
Now we've got 2,500 judges.
Or more, yeah. Or more. So the question we're asking the court to decide is one senator to represent 1 million people adequate representation? We say no, it isn't, not by a long shot. You know, in the court, they're scared, because if they side with us, then now we've got to come up with a number. And the court says, well, we can't possibly come up with a number. But anyways, Title 24, Title 28, 1984 says that whenever you have a voter dilution case, the federal judge is mandated and must ask for 2 more judges, because no single judge must, because no single judge can be trusted to guarantee the vote of the people.
And she did.
And she did. She gave us that. And then 2 weeks later, she asked for a do-over.
Yeah.
She changed her mind, admitting that she had illicit conversations with a court that had not been briefed on the case, and based on their advice, she took back her ruling.